Welcome back, podcasters. I'm super excited to show you the latest and greatest updates to the ClubCast platform. I'll try and make it quick, do a full demo of all the newest and latest features that we've added into the platform. So if you've seen the prior tutorial videos, this is a brand new one to take you through some of the updates, and then also just reorient anybody to all the features and how to get going with ClubCast. So I'm going to get signed in. When you first get logged into ClubCast, Chrome, it's telling you, is a better browser. You can close this side menu tray, and I'm going to take you through the dashboard page to start. So on this dashboard, you get a little snapshot of your club, a quick overview. It has the website that will be built for you that has a web page that shows off all the podcasts that you do at your club. It sets up an email address, so if you have students who you don't want to give away their private information, you can use an email address that is tied to your club. So that's a great way to keep emails and contact information private. We also do a password vault, a way to manage your passwords. So all in one place, it keeps emails and passwords organized. And then a little snapshot of how many podcasts you're doing, how many episodes at your club, how many members are on the platform. And then if you hook up some other things like payments, you can track the payments that you're receiving. If you ever want to edit the information for your club, like your club logo, you just click right here, edit info, and you can edit all the information about your club. So I'm going to jump really quickly in to look at the password management and email configuration. So here is your password vault, and you can manage Apple, Spotify, Amazon, any of the places where you need to store passwords. You can add a new password, add a new website, and you can manage it right from here. And then email configuration. So it sets up an email, and then anyone that is a staff member that you want to receive emails to, you can use this to receive emails. As like a forwarding email. Next up, I'll jump over into adding members. So from here, you can add somebody and track who is active on your platform and who is not yet active. You can also see who is pending and not yet received the invitation or hasn't accepted it. So if I want to add a new member, I can jump in and add a new member here. So we recommend not using students' last names or make up a alter ego last name is a good way to go about it. And then if you want to use their current personal email, you can click there. If you want to set up and just use the email for your club, that's right here. So just like this, we now have set up an email for this member, and then we can set up a unique password for this member as well. So you can either do shared password. So shared password is one password that all the different students and members can use to access the club, or unique password, everybody gets a unique different password. And then you can set it for student access or staff access. So if you want to do staff access and then extended roles, just like that is how you get somebody added into this system. So that's how you can add members in. Next tab down is the podcasting microphone. This is where you go to start brand new shows. So each one of these is a new show that's being recorded at this club. They have one called Full Circle. They have Sarah from the club, who's the CEO, Healthy Habits. Down here is All In, which is the Keystone Project. But if I jump in here to Sarah's show, so button choices down the right-hand side, recording, library, editing, using integrations, analytics, running transcriptions, and then submitting your show to like Apple, Spotify, all those places. On the left-hand side is all the information about Sarah's show. And you can edit the details. If you wanted to change the description or the artwork, you just click edit here. Across the top, if you want it to stay private and just use this podcast as a way for parents or staff members to access, you can make it private and keep a private podcast. You can embed your podcast. So if you want it to be a dark theme or a light theme, and then change the size, but you can basically embed this. So you basically take the code here, copy it, send it to your webmaster who does your website, and you can put this right on your web page and display your podcast. So it's a great way. Every time you publish here on ClubCast, it will then show up right here in this display on your website or wherever you share this snippet of code. You can manage hosts, so add new people in to participate and partake in this podcast together. So just like that, you can run and manage this whole podcast easily right from this one space. So let's jump in and take a look. So here are your curriculums. So the beautiful and fun thing is you can create your own curriculum clicking right here. So if you create your own curriculum, you can add any kind of exercise or activities or anything you dream up, special things that you want students to partake in. So if you have a class or lessons that they're learning, or want to turn something into an exercise, you can create a curriculum, and then the kids can partake in that curriculum. I'm going to jump in to take a look at how to design podcast cover art. So when you load a curriculum, it loads like this: to do, doing, done. And so if you start here, you can watch a video, you can read a little bit about it, and we can move it over to doing, and finally into done when you've completed the curriculum. And then you can go through each one and kind of read about this, learn about, what size, how to do artwork, set priority dates for the students to work on, set a due date. You can add a checklist if you want to add more information for them to check off, and then comments where as they're doing their artwork or facilitating different aspects of it, they can leave comments for each other right there. And then you just move over to doing, and by the time all these cards are done, your artwork has been set up. So let's back out of curriculum and let's go down to recording. So the cool thing about recording is you come in here. So you can set up your podcast, you can set the host. So this podcast is in Sarah's podcast. So you'd set, if she was the one doing this podcast, since it's hers, and then you add the podcast. And then right up here, it's ready to go. So you're probably very familiar with doing Zooms or Google Meets. It's just like that, but it records this podcast. So if you have an interview, you can click here, copy the invite link, send it to your guest, and they'll be able to join you on a podcast that quickly, that easily. After you've recorded it, here, it will show back up in your library. So it'll show up right in here after you record it. The other cool thing is we sent out Rodecaster Pro 2s to all the clubs and after-school programs, top-of-the-line equipment. So if you're recording to your Rodecaster Pro, you can then move it over to your computer and then click here and upload your episode that you recorded right here. So you can upload audio and video. And so audio will go to this section, video will go over to this section. So just like that is how you can upload podcasts. And then you'll see the difference between drafts, published, so this one's waiting to be published, and these ones here in the brown have already been published. So they have successfully been published. And let's take a quick look at what it looks like when it's published. So we will jump over to preview on the web page. So it sets up a web page for you. You can connect Spotify and Apple where listeners can listen to your podcast. And then it shows, once you publish it there, it shows all the episodes right here for you. Also your audiograms, or anything else that you want to add to your page. So back in the admin, that's what it's like after you publish from the library. Editing, we teach and do workshops on using Audacity, or a lot of clubs who might be doing Apple Creates like GarageBand. Either or works. integrations. You can connect a listen button. So this listen button here, where it has Apple and Spotify connected, that's this listen button right here. Nicely configured and connected for you. That will take the user over to wherever they might want to listen to the podcast. Podcast metrics. You have the ability to display or hide podcast metrics. So let's go take a look at podcast metrics right now. Right here. Here's the analytics. So with this analytics, you can kind of see listeners, downloads, plays per episode, and get some of that fun information right here. Let's go back, and last up, two more, transcribe. So the other thing you can do is add transcriptions. So if you're working on a podcast, or kids are, recording different interviews, but they only want to maybe edit out a few parts of the interview to use in their podcast, you can transcribe it. Once you transcribe it, you will be able to come over here, and you can see how it breaks things down by the timestamp. And so you can know exactly where different things are talked about in the podcast. So it's easy to find a quote or find something that was said. You can download it, print it out, highlight it, read it over, and say, okay, I actually really like this section of the podcast. It was talked about at this minute mark. So let me go find it, edit it, and use it in my podcast. So this is a great way to use transcriptions. And then submitting your show. So when you're ready, after you've published a couple podcasts to ClubCast, you can then submit your show. So you can submit it to Apple and Spotify. This one page will link up your show. So it's basically linking your podcast one time here in ClubCast. You only need to link your podcast one time, and then every time you publish, it'll show up on those places for you. So a great way to just get your podcast and your voice and the things that are happening at your club out into the world. So let's look back. So that's creating a show and then adding episodes into that show and then publishing it and getting it on Apple and Spotify. Here's some other integrations you can do. So a sponsor gallery, you can add a sponsor gallery. So if there's a logo or someone that you want to show off on your club page, so on this club page, you can add the logo. So if you go to a bank and you say, would you sponsor a Money Matters podcast, financial literacy podcast, you can put a thank you logo and it'll show up over here on your website in the podcast space saying thank you to our sponsors. So that's a great way just to add a sponsor gallery. Community support, you can integrate sponsorship. So when you integrate that community support, it turns this on and your audience can donate money directly to you. So this is a way to do fundraising, and 100% of the money goes back to you guys, other than whatever credit card processing fees Stripe takes. But we, as ClubCast, do not take any kind of cut. 100% of this donation money goes back to you guys, other than the credit card processing fee that we don't have anything to do with. It's all managed through Stripe, so it's very secure. AI assistance, you can turn AI assistance on, which is really cool. AI assistant will help you with any kind of show notes, or every time you upload, it will transcribe your podcast, turn it into show notes, and then help you write descriptions about your podcast. Profanity filter, another super cool feature. This one's more for club security. So anytime kids want to publish their podcast, for example, Eli's podcast, this is turned on. So it will notify anyone who is a administrator of your podcasting program. It will send them an email saying Eli's trying to publish. We scanned it, everything's clean, allow them to publish. Or we scanned it and found some bad words. Here's the minute mark the bad words were found. You should talk to Eli about editing and removing these bad words. So you can use AI profanity filter to do that. Here's how you manage your transcriptions. And then moderated publishing is a way to do the prevent kids from publishing, but not using AI. So if you just wanted to say, we don't need the AI features, we don't need to do the scans, but we want to have a staff member be responsible for saying approve, approve, approve every time a kid is going to publish. Cool. Here is support, so you can watch a video. This one I'm recording right now will replace this older one. Download user guides, so you can have user guides that you download and it'll go over this entire platform and how to use it. You can download podcast resources like planning your episode or planning your entire show. These will give you some resources to use. And the last one is just book a meeting. So it's super easy to schedule a meeting with me. Just click this schedule now and we are connected on a meeting, and it bases it around your calendar. So whatever time is best for you. Here's the just kind of a preview, curriculum directory preview. So this is just a way to see kind of some curriculums, and you can set up and build out your own curriculums as well. And lastly is the podcast music directory. So the idea behind this podcast music directory, and we're hoping that it's going to grow as we get more students who create music, create sounds at their club, upload those music and those sounds into this music directory, and get kids to make beats and sounds that other kids can use as intro music or outro music for their podcasts. So this is an amazing way for kids at all different clubs all across the states to be able to connect with each other and feature each other's music in their podcast. So we're extremely excited to see how this grows. Just like that, that is an overview of the simplicity of the ClubCast platform. So we hope that you try it out, use it, start making podcasts at your club, start bringing people into your club to record with the kids and to get the message and the word out about the incredible stuff that you guys are all doing at your clubs. If you have any questions, you need any support, click this support tab, connect with me, book a meeting anytime. We are here to support you year-round, anytime you need it. So happy podcasts, everyone. Hope to see you in the future. Talk more later.